Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Purple Underground YouTube channel. My name is Micah,
Mm-hmm.
aka CMS,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
aka the One,
Mm-hmm.
aka the baby boy of the Purple Underground crew. And I got with me my partner in crime. You see him?
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy P. Ross. You know what I'm saying? Got my blue cup.
Yeah.
Y'all know what's
And
up.
yes, sir. And let's give a quick acknowledgement, quick shout out to our other members of the Purple Underground. I'm gonna start off with my man L Boogie,
Yeah.
Lenny B,
Shout out to Lenny B.
and shout out to him, and the good luck charm of the Purple Underground, the lovely Miss Laura, aka LC.
Yeah.
Just wanted to, yeah, get it.
Yeah.
All right, so check this out. We got a special video for you guys today. We're gonna
Very
do a little
special.
hip hop, very special hip hop, some hip hop talk. We're gonna take you back 20 years. I think it's 20 years. A classic hip hop battle.
Yeah.
Your hip hop rap battle is gonna be. We're gonna talk about Canibus, who I would say a lot of hip hop heads would consider him to be an underrated MC,
For sure.
as far as the lyricist,
Yeah.
versus a legend, a hip hop icon. I mean, this guy is, what I would say the epitome of what a rap hip hop superstar is. He is the self-proclaimed the GOAT. Matter of fact, he was the first one I heard start using the term GOAT.
Right.
We talk about Uncle L, LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
so yeah, we're gonna talk about that whole classic battle, and really this stems from a conversation, a private conversation that me, P. Ross, and L Boogie had. It was a little controversial, so we said, "Yo, let's get on YouTube. Let's do a video discussion about this." So here we are.
Let's do
So
it.
go ahead, sir. I defer to you.
Well, in a nutshell, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go through every single aspect of this battle. But it started with the song that was on LL Cool J's album called Phenomenon. The song 4321, where it featured Redman, Method Man, DMX, Canibus. And I think the remix had Master P, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Shout out to Master P.
So apparently, Canibus asked LL about the microphone tattoo on his arm. You know what I'm saying? And L told him, like, get your own thing, don't copy what I do, whatever. You know what I mean? So the original verse that Canibus did in that song, he mentioned something about borrowing the mic off of L's arm.
Right.
So apparently L didn't like that verse. So he called Canibus and said, "Can you come change it and redo it?" And Canibus asked him to change his. And L agreed that he would change it. But L never changed his verse, which was dissing Canibus. You know what I mean? But Canibus changed his verse.
Mm-hmm.
So it went on and on and on for some months. And then finally Canibus said, like, well, I guess they had a phone conversation. And they were supposed to do like an underground track together that never materialized. So the original verse actually leaked out that Canibus had said. So everybody knew that L was dissing Canibus in his rhyme. So which prompt Canibus to do second round KO. So that's what it is. LL Cool J being the dope rapper and lyricist that he is, I can't say that I agree with what he done. I kind of feel
Right.
like, you know, if Canibus, because Canibus looked at him like the big homie. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I don't think he was trying to disrespect L. You know what I mean? But L took it as disrespect. You know what I mean? So I thought it was big petty myself, but there's no telling what L thinking in his mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the verse that L spit on 4-3-2-1, it was fire. I thought it was fire for sure. What he came at with Canibus. You know what I mean? But with like that being said, I think the odds was really against Canibus. You know what I mean? Because L had built a reputation on battling other MCs. You know what I mean? But Canibus still had like that underground buzz. You know what I'm saying? Like I had heard him on the Firm album. On Desperados, he did a hot verse.
Right.
The original verse he had on 4-3-2-1 was fire. It was fire. It was definitely fire. And I could see where L was kind of like, hell nah, I ain't letting this little guy outshine me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see it and I could understand it. Just how fire that verse was.
Right.
But, the battle made some pivotal turns in hip hop history. And even if I just go 4-3-2-1 second round KO, and L came out with the Ripper Strikes Back, which was a hard track. That shit was hard as hell. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
If you listen to it, L hasn't missed a beat. You know what I mean?
Right.
It definitely was a hot track. It wasn't like what he said wasn't valid. Everything L was talking about I felt was valid. But if I have to say who won the battle, I'm gonna say Canibus. Not by much. You know what I mean? I thought Canibus's delivery was a lot better. You know what I mean? I thought that, you know what I'm saying, him being who he is at this time in the game, he definitely didn't have nothing to lose. But I understand where you feel like you've been disrespected. You didn't call me for the video for 4-3-2-1. The verse got out. Everybody think I'm a bitch. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get why he done it. You know what I mean? And he stepped up to L knowing L's resume and his accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? Like, L ain't one of them MCs that you take lightly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I really commend Canibus for, like, stepping up. You know, and I felt like second round knockout was the better track in this whole battle. You know? I mean, Rip the Jacker that Canibus did, it was very, very disrespectful.
Yeah,
you know
it was
what
tough.
I mean, like,
yeah.
on Tupac levels disrespect, what he did on Hit 'Em Up.
You
know what I mean? But, like, even with that being said, it's like some of the shit L was saying in on the Go album, Back Where I Belong.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, if Wyclef my man, and now L talking about me and Wyclef set you up, that'll send me like in weird space. You know what I mean? So I get why he did Rip the Jacker, but just like a lot of people, see, this is what I mean about like hip hop today. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got on Pusha T You know what I'm saying, for what he said about Drake. But you know what? It's like when you get in these situations, you know what I'm saying? It's too late, you know, like to back out. So you really have to accept what the other person is saying and deal with him on that level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, if I slap you, you slap me back. You know, that's like the only way I can explain it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Would I do somebody like that? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I would go on a rap and talk about somebody's wife, kids, unless they did it to me. You know
Right.
what I mean? So when you open that door, you know what I'm saying? The door is open for anything to happen. And I don't know if what L said on Back Where I Belong really warranted Rip the Jacker, but I can understand. So, but like Rip the Jacker
Mm.
was fierce, man. It was fierce.
It was.
You know, so I'm gonna give the battle, just the battle, to Canibus because L is a legendary MC. There's no way that Canibus can ever come close to that. You know what I mean? So, but
Right.
I defer to you, sir.
Okay. Let me start with the 4-3-2-1. That whole incident. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think L's. I guess him not really liking what Canibus has said about the mic tat on his arm and things like that. It was a little petty, but L, for whatever reason, he felt a certain way and he had his reasons, that we may not really know unless it's really explained, to the actual public, from his perspective. But from what I'm understanding, I guess he just felt like, nah, you need to, I guess, get something on your own and or whatever. So, but if they already had some sort of agreement that, well, yeah, you change your verse, I'll change mine or whatever. It does kind of come off where it may look a little shady on his part, but at the same time, it's his song. So he might have felt like, yo, that shit that I just spit, yo, that was hard. So I think I'm gonna keep that.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So
right, it's his record. So
right. So he's probably gonna look at it like that. Now, for the people who I would say the background, like the producers and things like that. Well, actually, Eric Sermon is the one who produced the track. But let's say other people on the label or the people that's, people was what LL was working with, like track masters and all that. They probably was going around just word of mouth. Yo, man, yo, L was getting that Canibus on the 4-3-2-1
right,
track, man.
right.
You know what I'm saying? To where, word got back, the word got out on the street. Now people go come up to Canibus and saying, yo, man, you just gonna let L, dish you like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so after a while, Canibus probably felt some type of way. And, he probably, his feelings was hurt, I'm sure, because like you say, he looked up to L.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he probably was a little salty about it, rightfully so. But I mean, it's like, and again, he's an upcoming artist. MC that's like you said, getting that buzz on the street. Because I remember seeing in the Source magazines where he was sort of depicted as, yo, this is like the next lyrical dude that's gonna almost be like one of the new leaders of the like the new
right.
school or whatever. So I mean, he probably was going through a lot of pressure from a lot of people who he was dealing with and whatever, man. Somebody, it could have been Wyclef, probably put a battery in his back and say, "Yo, this would be a good promotional tool. This would be another good way to get your name out there." I mean, we talk about LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was already, you know, shit legendary, you know, at this point. So, I mean, as far as the second round knockout, that was not. I mean, that diss record is easily in my top 10 best diss songs ever. Maybe even top 5, maybe, but
Right.
it's certainly top 10. And L's response, "The Ripper Strikes Back," was no joke either. I mean, it's like you said, like L proved that, yo, yeah, I'm ladies love Cool J, but look, I ain't lost it yet, you know. So and L, you know, he went in, man, like he was literally in beast mode,
Right.
straight
For
up.
sure.
So and you know the track was very energetic. Um, I mean, I don't know. The only thing I would say about the track, it was a little long.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think Canibus made his points like he just went right at L.
They raised a
like
sharp. They raised a sharp.
right, he is like he ain't holding no punches. He going right in. He like body shots, whatever, you know, jab or whatever. He just, I mean, and I think with the second round knockout, I think what did it for me was when he said, "Now, let me rip the tat from your arm, you know,
Kick you in the groin.
kick you in the groin, stick you for your
Vanguard
Vanguard Award." Yeah, like that whole part. That's what really did it for me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, also, he said we can get it live on your own sitcom.
Right.
I'll let you kick the first verse. He's like, "Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all."
I even wait for the studio audience to applaud.
To
Yo,
applaud.
that's
right.
that shit was hot, man. Yo.
I mean, again, the lyrics that L was kicking was dope. Like he did get Canibus on the part where he said 99% of your fans
Don't exist. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
He
Yeah,
got him on
like,
that one.
Like I ain't taking nothing away from L. Like L came hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I can actually see where people would choose L, but I
Right.
could definitely see where people would choose Canibus. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
not like clear cut. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's
Like
not.
like for me, I feel like Canibus won the battle and it was a victory for pure lyricism. You know what I'm saying? Pure, uncut lyricism. You know what I
Right.
mean? A lot of people like to talk about the beats and the music. You know what I'm saying? I thought second round knockout had great music. You know what I mean? But along with that great music, you got some razor sharp lyrics. And L, which I really think that the Ripper Strikes Back music was better. But
Yeah, musically, yeah.
right, but I just don't
it
think
was more harder, yeah.
right. I don't think that
Yeah.
the words he said resonated with me as much as Canibus. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know, I get a battle to Canibus. That's me.
Yeah. I mean for years it was like a toss up for me for years, because like he wasn't playing. L was not playing. You know, he was like, "Yo, okay." He was like, "Man, I'm gonna show this, you know, this young cat, you know what I'm saying, who's really the man." But I mean, for a lot of hip hop heads, it's probably gonna be mixed. Like if you an LL fan, you know what LL kind of brings to the table as far as the type of music he does. I mean, L's one of those diverse rap artist to me. Like he can do songs for the ladies and he can
Yes,
switch
he
it
can.
up and
Yes.
just do some straight hip hop. But if you would, for a lot of hip hop heads who just more on some lyrical tip, Canibus is that hardcore, straight, just spitting, lyric after lyric. It's nothing commercial, nothing is, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing nice, nothing
Right,
shiny,
right.
none of that.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
commercial with him.
Right,
Just straight, lyricism.
right.
So, and second round knockout, it just was no flaws. You know what I'm
Nuh-uh.
saying? So, looking back on it now, I'm gonna give the slight edge to Canibus on this one, as far as between these two songs.
Right.
Second round knockout versus uh, the Ripper Strikes Back.
For
Now, if we go into the other tracks, where and I know LL he did a diss song to Wyclef. Wyclef responded
Right.
back.
sure.
And
What was Wyclef's called? Oh, what Clef got to do with it, right?
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that shit.
And Wyclef he had some nice, clever lines.
Right.
That was pretty funny. And then L came back and held his own. But when L dropped this album, The GOAT, back in 2000, and he did the song "Back Where I Belong" featuring Ja Rule. I mean, the way he kind of broke it down, like when he said things like you said earlier about how him and Wyclef got together to set him up, and I guess his record company hates his guts and
Right.
gave him half his budget. Like all that, if that is true, I don't know how true that is,
Right.
but. And then he said you a one hit wonder. By that time, Canibus was sort of like I don't know, I don't want to say has been, but it was almost in a sense like an afterthought because those first two albums, which I never heard, but
Right.
to the general public, they were considered to be a flop. Even in the
Right.
Source magazine, they said it was
Right.
like a bricklayer. So
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
They.
so it's like
Canibus
so the
claimed
way
he
the
was-
L.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, but the way L was breaking it down, it sort of made me feel like, damn, like he might be breaking down some facts.
Shit could
You
have
know
been
what I'm
true,
saying?
man. Canibus
Right.
said he was blackballed, so I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a lot of hip hop
and-
heads that say that Canibus was blackballed, though.
he
So,
probably was. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess Cannabis's response ripped the Jacker, which was hot, but he definitely seemed a little bit more emotional because he got
Right.
more personal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that one, I don't know. I'm gonna give L the edge on that one, only because certain things he was breaking down made you think like, damn, like
Right.
his career it dwindled off.
Right. Yeah, it did.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
did
So
like crazy.
so I give Canibus, as far as the two previous tracks, you could say he kind of won the battle in a sense, but L ultimately won the war. He comes out on top as the victor.
I mean,
like, ultimately.
L definitely won a war. Like, it's
Yeah.
like no doubt about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely get a war to L. But this battle, I get a Canibus. So,
Yeah.
it is what it is. So, what y'all think, people? Who won? Canibus or Uncle L? Who won? Let us know in the
L.
comments.
Yes, sir.
Let us know in the comments. My name is P. Ross.
And my name is Micah, aka CMS, and together we are the
Purple.
Purple Underground. Make
Peace.
sure you hit the like button if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram. And,
Love it. Love
yes,
it.
and we're going to be back dropping more videos. Definitely going to do some more hip-hop stuff, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So,
All right. We out.
yeah, we
Peace.
out. Peace.